we're here at Shoe Healer. We're back from our jollies. We went down to Devon with our camper van and strapped the scooter to the back, and we've had a great time. It was absolutely fabulous, but the weather was good, wasn't it?
It was fabulous.
I mean, you look brown as a berry. You really do. It was superb. I mean, I love it down there. I've been down there and it's pissed it down solid for a week, and this time was payback. It was beautiful. It was like being in the south of France, scooting about on these bikes. Our friends went and they took their bike as well. We dropped into all these lovely bays, and we stayed in Axmouth.
We started off at Goodwood.
Oh, we did. Of course we did. Yes, we started off at Goodwood at the Festival of Speed, and then we had a couple of days there at East Wittering. Yes, that was nice. Yeah, and then scooted off down to Devon to Seaton. Just next door to Seaton is a little place called Axmouth, and Seaton's just up the road. Beautiful, lovely campsite, and one of our viewers, he actually messaged and said, "Oh, I live in
you didn't tell me that.
Seaton."
We could have gone for coffee.
Did he live in Seaton? Or yeah, he was Seaton. Yeah. Anyway, fabulous. And then we went to Branscombe, and then on all that coast is fantastic. Lyme Regis, lovely place, and you can just scoot into these, abandon your bike, and then off you go. You know, no arsing about with parking or anything like that. It's just got to be one of the best ways to see the coastline, the Jurassic Coast. It's got to be one of the best ways to see it on a scooter. Probably the next thing is electrically assisted bikes. You want them assisted because some of those hills are just the crackers, aren't they? You want, no. Or you've got to do the buses, but they wouldn't get into all the tiny little places that we've been to. West Bay was good.
Where the film Broadchurch.
Yep. That was a beautiful place. And where else was there? It was just Sidmouth. Sidmouth was great. Yeah, lovely. Absolutely great. Had a great time. Anyway, before we went, we mentioned that we'd had some MTOs made, and we've started with this one here, which is Waxy.
You can't say this, can you? Champagne Waxy Commander. Not Commando, Commander.
Commander, yeah.
Commander.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's got hasn't got the Commander sole on, it's got the Ridgeway sole on. And the brass eyelets. Stunning. But the problem is
sold quite a few.
They nearly all went while we were away. There is
two tens. And a 9.
But the 9 is put away for somebody called Matt. Is he going to have it or not? So out of the 8 pairs, there's 3 pairs left. 2 10s and a 9. But we will do some more at some point. I promise you, we will do some more. Of this one, there is only the Coffee Stow in coffee with
Commander Stow.
There's an 8.5 left and 2 9s left. Yes, I've messed about with it and put the natural edge on. I will show you the other one. Now look, that's a difference between this is a stock shoe espresso. And listen, we'll take some pictures outside, but you know, the espresso and the...
You can see.
Can you see? Yeah. So that's a standard espresso. And here is how the boot came. Of course, I've had to arse about with it a little bit. It had a natural... I've got to do it the outside edge, that way to that way, that way to that way. So they come like this, but you can have them put to a natural edge if you like the idea of that. But again, only 3 pairs left, 8.5 and 2 9s left. And then this one here, this is beautiful. Yeah, and this is it beach?
Chestnut.
What is it? Chestnut.
Different words in
Chestnut.
My head.
Chestnut, yep. Chestnut. That would actually look nice with some brass eyelets in it. Chestnut, and it is the Dana. No, it's not. It's a Ridgeway Ridgeway sole on the Chestnut with the Barbour welt. I do see some people getting the names of the welts wrong. I should actually get my welt thing here, but that's another video of the flat welt, the storm welt, and the Barbour welt. So this has got the Barbour welt on it, and it's got the natural Barbour welt.
Full heel.
It's got the full thickness heel on there, which is going to wear superb. You might have seen in one of our videos where the Commando light heel did wear quite quickly. So on this one, we've left the full thickness of the heel on, smaller heel stack, but it's just gorgeous, absolutely lovely. And possibility of going to brass eyelets on there and the lighter colour lace. I should have shown that with the lighter colour lace. In fact, yes, that's the lighter colour lace on there as well. Look, you know, just me arsing about with them. I've got to always, you know, do my little bit. Sizes, what's left of those? So, yeah, there's a few of those. 7.5 times 1, 8 times 1, 8.5 times 2, 2 9s, and a 10. So you'd think the shoe would do better summertime, but the boots have flown out. These are lovely. We'll be doing a special price on these custom made shoes, and yeah, they'll be
on the website today.
Will they go on the website today? Hopefully we'll get them on the website today. I just want to show you Sheldon's boots here. These are having he's had the Ridgeway on. Look at that, look, a Ridgeway. What's the colour? Chestnut. Thank you, and he's got red stitching on the bottom, just for a bit of fun, you know. White stitching on the storm welt. Look at the difference between those two welts. Look, storm welt or split welt. Some call it reverse split welt, but it's a storm welt. That's a Barbour welt, storm welt, and then you get a flat welt. You get a few other welts as well. Anyway, this is having brass. Is it brass? All changed to brass, and then speeducks on the top. We'll get a picture of that when it's done. This started life as a stock boot from us, and Sheldon's just messed with it. And yeah, got it as he likes. And then there's another pair here. Look at these. Been bought. Where have they come from, though?
I'm not sure where we got them from.
So listen, sometimes you will find a boot, and you know, a boot that you like, and it's got not quite the right sole on it. If the boot is cheap enough, we can do a conversion for you and switch it over. Or if you buy something from us at full retail, we can sort a different sort of sole out for you. You know, get in touch. We'll see what we can do for you. Anyway, that's got the blue on, yep, and the blue stitching on top.
Yep. To mention that
Lovely.
About the tricker situation.
Yes, yeah, we could. Trickers have put a memo out to retailers like us that they would like us in future to order 8 pairs of one line, one colour, which means that we can no longer infill. Infill meant that if I had the Acorn Stow here, and I have the range of Acorn Stows, if I run out of size 10, I can just order 1 or 2 pairs of size 10 to fill my range. What I have to do now is when I run out of size 10, I have to order 8 pairs. 8 pairs of the Acorn Stow to be able to supply somebody with 1 pair of size 10s. Which is going to make it a little bit tricky for us. If I finally run out of size 8, I've got loads of stows in, but I haven't got an 8. I have to order 8 pairs of, not size 8, 8 pairs of stows. Yes, to stock up. So somebody comes in, I haven't got a 12. To supply you with a 12, I have to order 8 pairs. Now, I understand it, you know, the infill that we used to be able to do, I could phone up and just order 1 pair, was good for retailers, but probably not so good for the manufacturers. Trickers have done this. I don't know if the others will follow. What it will mean is people, when they ring round the retailers, we haven't got it in stock, they will have to go to Trickers themselves for it, which, you know, the people are struggling. It's a difficult world for them, so we don't begrudge them that really. But it's just one thing.
Why they're doing it. just so they know what stock they've got, what they've
Yes.
made, what they've sold.
Yes.
They've not got stock.
And I'm not even sure we have to forward order these. So even 12 weeks lead. So to get you the pair that you wanted is going to be 12 weeks. And this is for what used to be stock items. So there'll be no such thing really as a stock item, will there, you know? But what we would do is we would change those slightly and make them a little bit more unique, you know, which means there won't be a lot of stock stuff about, will there? It'll be,
I think everybody will do
everybody will tweak them a little bit to their own style. So you know, it could end up being a good thing, but just a little bit of a tough thing initially to get going with. Yeah. Is that it? Have we covered it?
I think so.
Yep, lovely.